Good afternoon, everyone. This is meteorologist Kyle Wheeler with the National Weather Service of San Diego, bringing you your weekly weather video for the week of May 5th, 2025. Just to quickly summarize what we'll be going through this week, we've got May Gray on tap for the early part of the week, and along with that, some scattered, lingering light showers across the area, particularly in the mountains and deserts from this past weekend storm system. We might even see some isolated thunderstorms through this evening across the desert in particular. And as those showers move out of our area, we'll remain cloudy through the day tomorrow, but pretty soon into the middle portion of the week, a high pressure is going to start building, and that'll bring some of our hottest temperatures of the season so far, particularly to our inland empire and desert areas. And then after this weekend, it's looking like that high pressure will subside once again, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled May gray and potentially cooler temperatures as we get into next week. And here's a look at our rain chances through this evening. We've got our highest chances up near Big Bear and parts of the high and low deserts. As I was mentioning, there's currently some shower activity out there, perhaps a thunderstorm or two, and that'll pretty much die down after midnight tonight. And any other additional precipitation we see across the area will be mainly in the form of marine layer drizzle near the coastline, potentially tomorrow morning, and maybe extending up into parts of the Inland Empire. And then after tomorrow morning, we've got some big changes coming. On the left side here, we have what our upper air pattern looks like right now, and that big blob of blue over the desert southwest basically indicates that we've got low pressure overhead right now, and that's sort of what's been keeping us cloudy, cool, and a bit rainy across our area. But by the end of this week, as we get towards Friday, as you can see on the right side, we've got this massive high pressure just building across the desert southwest. So essentially the complete opposite of what we're seeing right now, and that's going to make for some sunny days and some very warm temperatures, highs potentially reaching into the hundreds across the low deserts and well into the 90s for the Inland Empire and high desert, and even touching 90 in parts of San Diego County as well. And just by looking at our high temperatures on Tuesday versus our high temperatures by the time we get to this weekend, we can really see that difference really stark here. We've got generally below average Tuesday in the 60s for most of the coasts and valleys, and 70s and 80s in the desert. And then by the weekend, we've got like 80s all around, 90s in the Inland Empire, and even hundreds in the desert, as I was saying. So by this weekend, we're going to be looking out for some minor to potentially moderate heat risk across the area. So stay tuned for that as we get closer to that time frame. And then as we get past this weekend into early next week and onward, that high pressure that is going to be overhead this weekend will continue to start shifting eastward and out of our area, and we'll probably start returning to near normal temperatures, as you can see on the left, to potentially even below average in the long term. And that precipitation outlook also looks near normal for this time of year, which essentially means very little. But the idea here is that we're probably going to be returning to more typical weather for this time of year starting next week. As always, here are some resources related to our alerts and our products and some of our detailed forecasts. So feel free to use those as needed. And make sure to follow us on our social medias. We're on Slack, X, YouTube, and Facebook. And thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week.